Welcome back, everyone, into the latest edition of Hitting the Field. I'm your host, Edgar Rodriguez, and today we have quite the mix for you. F1 got going in Australia this past weekend, so we're going to recap everything there. Next, World Baseball Classic has gotten underway, so much drama to recap as well. And then NFL free agency. It seems like a move is happening every 5 minutes. We have you all covered because Hitting the Field starts right now.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.
All right, everyone, like I mentioned, we're getting things started with F1 this week. Nick Hernandez, the first time here at the main desk.
So excited to be here at the
Welcome.
desk and so excited for another season of F1, especially with the new regulations we have. So it's a lot to talk about for sure.
New regulations, the biggest regulation change, arguably in F1 history. Austin Lamanna, how excited are you?
I'm excited. You know, obviously we're in 2026 now, and we had the Super Bowl right at the beginning of the year, right in February, and that was really exciting. But since then, we haven't had too many exciting things sports-wise. You know, we've had college basketball and stuff, which has been making some headlines. But F1, everyone I talk to, even people who aren't really into it, they're like, yeah, this is the next big thing that's going on. You know, it was all over the news and everywhere you looked. You know.
I agree, 100%. F1 getting going finally, right after the new power unit, new chassis. Everything is new this season in 2026. New teams. We'll get to it all. But let's start with Mercedes, who started perfectly, Nick Hernandez. Preseason favorites showing up big time in Australia.
They talked the talk, they walked the walk.
Yes.
I mean, they showed up and delivered exactly what we were expecting. And I mean, George Russell still looks even more to be championship favorite. I can't see it going any other way right now. I know we're only first race in, so we got to hold our horses. Right. And also, I mean, Kimi Antonelli, second season in F1 and a championship fight already.
Wow.
That's huge.
I mean, if the Mercedes is just as good as we think it is, Austin, I mean, that is completely valid. It's almost like 2014 again, isn't it? Mercedes regulation change, and they're already back at the top.
Listen, I knew Mercedes was more than just a pretty car, guys, okay? Trust me. I was rooting for Mercedes all the way from the get-go. I think we talked about that one time last semester for main show. We were talking about it. And, yeah, Mercedes is just on fire. George Russell, I mean, listen, for anyone who does not know, George Russell, he did lights to flag the entire time, which for any of our viewers who do not know, lights to flag is where you are in the lead every single lap, including in the practice 3, I believe. Yeah. And that is just amazing right there. Not to mention Kimi, like we were talking about, new blood right there. I mean, first of all, he started off in the second position, and he went all the way down to 7th, and came back and secured the second spot at the end of the race. That is just amazing right there. And as a Mercedes fan, it was a lot of fun to watch. I had a grin on my face the entire time.
There you go. They
I don't know
treated
about
you
you
well.
guys, but yeah.
They treated you well, Nick. They took over on Saturday, right? Ferrari and McLaren were showing early promise on the Friday practice sessions, but then right from FP3 all the way through to the race, they were just immaculate. George Russell, again, I mean, it's the perfect start.
And you also have to add the fact that not even the other teams that also have the Mercedes power unit performed as well.
Nope.
So there's other, it's the whole car, you know, and it's the whole team that's working together to get them that far ahead. And I mean, you see the standings right there. George Russell followed closely right there by Kimi Antonelli. Yeah. And again, it's only second season, so young. I mean, I'm so excited to see him maybe go toe-to-toe with George Russell.
Oh, yeah.
So much potential there.
And I mean, just followed there by the prancing horses.
A name that is not in that top 10 is Oscar Piastri. Now, we were talking about this off air, guys. On the lap to the grid, so before the formation lap, Oscar Piastri losing it and not able to start his home race. Of course, the Australian Grand Prix, an Australian driver has never won it, Nick. Heartbreak for Piastri.
Few bad omens going around in Australia. Also with Hadjar, we'll get to him in a moment, but you had to feel heartbroken for him too. But this race was difficult because we knew there was going to be we knew there was going to be a lot of DNFs. There was going to be cars that don't finish. So, you know, McLaren and also with Red Bull, we can't really test their pace completely because we didn't get to see a full race. And that happened with a lot of teams. So I'm excited to see the McLarens back out again, especially when they have the teamwork, when they can be side by side. But it seems to be Mercedes and Ferrari that's leading the pack right now.
Completely. I don't think there's any doubt.
I could see them coming back, though. I could see them making a comeback later on. I could see that.
Sure. I think the cars will start to get closer as the season goes on. Of course, like you said, first race. Let's
growing pains.
With a pinch of salt a little bit. But Mercedes are looking great. Hadjar, you mentioned it, Nick, but Austin, I mean, he had such a great weekend, and it was heartbreaking to see him not finish the race after qualifying third.
Yeah, no, it was truly kind of sad to watch right there. I mean, there was a couple drivers that just did not. Obviously, we're talking about Oscar. I don't know. Obviously, you guys saw the race himself. When Oscar slammed into it, I mean, his tire literally fell off. His front right tire literally practically fell off.
Yes.
And it's
there was no repairing it.
No, there's no repairing it. And overall, I mean, it was great to watch the racers who did place. Don't get me wrong, but. I mean, it did kind of suck. I was a little bummed out. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, for Hadjar, a great weekend, Nick. Another one who had a great weekend, though, was Arvid Lindblad.
Yes.
For the Racing Bulls, a rookie, the only rookie on the grid.
18 years old, I believe,
18 years old, right into it. I mean, he's showing great potential as well.
And we can't fault Hadjar for the race he had.
No, not at all.
But if you're Hadjar, you're looking over your shoulder already.
Yeah.
Because we know the story of that Red Bull seat. We don't have to get into it. But the fact that Lindblad had such a good showing already, a few mistakes from Hadjar, Red Bull's going to look at that other replacement. I mean,
for sure.
they're ready to go for him.
For sure.
He has to be careful.
Let's see if that Red Bull curse is over, right? Maybe Isaac Hadjar is the one to, finally overcome it.
He fulfilled
It's
the job.
possible.
I mean,
It's
his job's
possible.
to be there when Verstappen isn't. Verstappen couldn't be there, and he was up where he needed to be. It's just, it was a reliability issue, not his fault.
Yeah.
Again,
and
he's
Red Bull
gotta be
even
careful.
complimented him. Red Bull said at the end, even after everything was done, they're like, yeah, he did amazing.
Did amazing, absolutely.
And I truly
qualifying
see him
third,
having a lot of potential this season.
yeah.
I 1,000% can see that.
Hadjar fitting in nicely at Red Bull. He wasn't the only one with issues. Though. Verstappen in qualifying, we saw how he crashed out.
Yep.
We saw the Aston Martins as well. I mean, Nick.
That was expected.
Yeah, but I mean, this bad?
Yeah, that was being talked about already. It was basically another training session for
So,
them. There was
Edgar,
doubts of them
Aston
finishing
Martin
the
the one
race.
that the most surprised you, or was there another team that most
Not
surprised you?
surprising because we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? We knew that the Astons were not expecting to finish the race. They did not finish the race. They would retire the cars and bring them back out, right? They were like 12 laps down at the end of it. I mean, not surprising at all. However, I mean, they have lots and lots of ground to make up. Let's talk about the new teams, though. Cadillac, your very own
That's what I
Sergio
was gonna say.
Perez.
Yeah.
I was
compatriot.
expecting him to win the whole race, so I don't know about all that. But
Slow down.
Hold your horses here. Hold your horses.
Cadillac, we talk about Aston Martin right now.
Sure.
They were a bit of a blessing for Cadillac because now Cadillac can say, "Hey, we didn't finish last,"
Yeah.
So, but I think Cadillac can feel proud. I mean, again, there was doubts that they'd be competitive coming from F1, and that was their obstacles getting into the sport. But I mean, they're here. They can build a car. They're here to compete. And I like seeing that Sergio's kind of. He's kind of annoyed by the car and the regulations. He's ready to go. So especially he's used to being a Red Bull.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a change for him. But they're hungry and I like it.
And they have, the lineup is there. Bottas,
1,000%.
Perez, it's there. They have the experience they
Cadillac,
need.
yes.
New racing, it started out well. 7 lead changes in the first 10 laps. We can't forget that. 120 overtakes, guys, in this Grand Prix. It is boding well for the rest of the season. That's about all the time we have, though. Thank you so much for joining us in segment 1. We're going to switch over to baseball, the WBC. Stay tuned. The quick interruption. We'll be right back for your show. For now, let me give you a quick rundown of what the Hitting the Field Network has planned for you. My name is Edgar Rodriguez, and I'm the host of Hitting the Field Season 22, live streaming every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern. There, you'll find me and our expert guests talking about everything in the wide world of sports. On Tuesday, get ready because it's Season 10 of Nighttime. Hosted by Andrew Gregg and Joe Geiger, Nighttime keeps you up to date on everything happening in the world of college sports and UCF athletics. Moving on to Wednesday, we have Season 8 of The Combine, hosted by our very own Kathleen Moore. This podcast takes a deep and technical dive into everything NFL, and you won't want to miss that. On Thursday, we go live with Bets, where our Bets boys, Ben Huber, Augie Aronson, and Scott Harris, will give their expert opinion that might just make you some money. On Friday, Season 4 of Girls Got Game takes over with only the hottest topics in women's sports, hosted by none other than Katie Sue Christensen and Mia Flores. And to round out the week, Season 3 of HGFC comes on Saturday, hosted by Octavius Lawrence and Santiago Molina. Soccer never stops, and HGFC will be your stop for everything in the world of football. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, where you can find non-stop additional content, as well as stay updated on all HTFN news. Lastly, leave a like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the Hitting the Field Network on YouTube. That's all I got. I'm Edgar Rodriguez signing off. Enjoy the rest of your show. Welcome back into main studio. As promised, the World Baseball Classic takes over for segment 2, and joining me, two baseball lovers. Mason Bass, Joe Geiger. How are we feeling?
Absolute pleasure. Phenomenal. How are you?
Very good. Very good, Joe. You were there. We're going to get to that in a second.
It's awesome. WBC is awesome.
Yes, it's so electric, right? The passion is on full display the whole tournament long. Joe, I'm going to start with you. What's caught your eye so far?
Well, I think the big boys have came ready to play. That's what's caught my eye. Dominican Republic, Japan, United States. They're all coming out with power. They're all coming out with enthusiastic. I think they're all ready to go this time around. And
100%.
It's exciting.
You see the notable results on your screen there, the big scores, Mason. This is a trend, isn't it, in the World Baseball Classic? The pool round, you see the big dogs really ramping up the score.
They dominate. They're poor Great Britain, poor some of these other teams. They just can't float with the big dogs.
No, not at all. Brazil, another one of those. Joe, we're going to quickly transition over as well into the top plays so far of the World Baseball Classic, because we have been treated to some incredible moments so far, and we're going to go back to the start of the tournament, okay? We're going to go back to the start of the tournament with Shohei Ohtani once we have that ready. But he's one of the stars always.
Absolutely.
Whenever he's on the field.
He steps on the field and he's the best player on the field whenever he does it.
Completely.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe, no surprises
he is
there.
the star. I mean, unfortunately, he's not on Team USA, but yeah, he is the star in Major League Baseball, and especially for Team Japan. He's the guy that everybody looks at, and as you can see, he wastes no time in the World Baseball Classic.
Top of the second in Japan's first game, Mason against Chinese Taipei. I mean, man, he's setting the tone just perfectly for Japan. Of course, one of the favorites of the tournament.
How could they not be? The defending champs, won it twice, I believe now, looking for a third. They're the team to beat.
We're going to move it on to the Dominican Republic against Nicaragua. I mean, he didn't even have to look. O'Neal Cruz, 450 feet, Joe Geiger.
The Dominicans look poised and ready this year. They got an early bounce in last 2023's tournament. They're not losing early this year. They are ready.
Right off the swing of the bat. I could have gone with Caminero's home run, Joe Geiger, but forgive me. 450 feet.
That's
he looked away from it. Once it came off his bat, he knew, watch this, watch.
And let's see how long it takes for the Dominicans to round the bases.
They're taking their sweet time,
they're
as
enjoying
they
the moment.
should. How about this? Lucas Ramirez, Mason, I know you're going to talk about him later.
One of my favorite players in the whole tournament. Unfortunately, on a team that's going to be eliminated, but just a phenomenal player.
For Aaron Judge's head. The U.S. has had a trend of giving up home runs to Great Britain, to Brazil, but this is a moment he'll never forget, Joe.
I think it's like a more get punched early and respond late, which is the type of thing they want to do. And then the first walk-off home run in World Baseball Classic history.
How about some walk-offs? You were at the stadium, Joe Geiger.
I felt so
Ozzie
bad
Albies.
for all the Nicaraguan fans. They were so excited trying to get their first ever win in World Baseball Classic.
Wow.
And Ozzie Albies breaks their hearts.
Heartbreaking.
Of the ninth.
They should have probably walked him and then let pitch to Gregorius, who's 0 for 4 on the day. Especially with Albies being one of the only few power threats in that lineup. And then this one.
How about Hernandez doing it at home for Puerto Rico? It's tied at the bottom of the 10th, Mason. And Puerto Rico takes home the victory. They also
two
are
walk-offs
perfect so
in
far.
one World Baseball Classic.
The first time ever in one day.
And we've had 2.
Unbelievable. I mean,
and look at the crowd. Look at the
electric.
enthusiasm. And this one, Puerto Rico was down in the 9th. They came back and won.
Hey, by the way, let's give some love to some defensive plays. Manny Machado with the 5-3 out, top of the 8th. He didn't only do it once. He did it again.
Back
and
to
this
back.
one, by the way, I mean, so good. It doesn't get better than that.
This is vintage Manny Machado, just like when he was on the Orioles. I mean, he's been so good for so long at that position, and to see him still doing it on the biggest stage is quite impressive.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about the World Baseball Classic. It's probably, of course, representing your country, Mason. But the passion is just unrivaled.
It just brings out the best in these guys. They all want to go out there and compete for their country. It's written on their chest, and they want to represent.
100%. Talk to me more about Lucas Ramirez. We saw what he did against the U.S. An unforgettable moment for Brazil, who, of course, they're going to get eliminated. But it's still a feel-good story.
The son of Manny Ramirez, drafted by the Angels last year, absolutely phenomenal series so far. He's hitting .286 with 2 home runs, and he had a crazy outfield assist to gun down a runner at third. He's had a phenomenal tournament. And he's one of 2 young guns for Team Brazil. Joseph Contreras, a 17-year-old pitcher, jammed Aaron Judge on a slider inside with the bases loaded to turn a double play. I mean,
wow.
I was in high school at 17 like all of us, and I don't know that I could even throw a strike.
Let alone against Aaron Judge.
Oh,
I think
absolutely
it's
not.
fair to say we wouldn't have a chance. Joe Geiger, I mean, Brazil, kind of scared us a little bit at the start of that game. So did Great Britain.
Yep. You know, like I said, get punched early. I feel like this has been a common theme for the United States in WBCs in the past. Pool play, you know, you're starting to get your footing.
Sure.
It's a whole new team. You know, you're playing with guys you're not used to playing against. Pitchers, it's still technically their spring training. You know, they're still finding their rhythm. Sure. You see Skubal give up an early home run to the
You read
to
my
Great
mind.
Britain.
Yeah.
So,
That's where I wanted to go with you, Joe Geiger. Okay, Skubal. What do we make of this? Because he threw 3 innings. It kind of felt like he was just there, you know, to participate, whatever, blah, 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 and then head back to spring training. It's uncommon to see a player choose spring training over a tournament of this magnitude.
Well, first of all, I don't know how you sign up for Team USA and say, I'm only going to pitch 1 game, and that 1 game is going to be 3 innings. In a pool play game against a Great Britain team that, let's be real, shouldn't be a threat to the United States. But, I mean, if Skubal does pitch again, pair him with Paul Skeens as our 1-2 in the semis and final. If we get there, this team should have no problem winning.
I'm no Jeff Pass, and nor am I fit to break any news, but there's been some rumors floating that he might be pitching another game. After the game, he said the emotions were running through him, and he was reaching out to his agent and the Tigers looking for another game.
Well, I'm not surprised, though.
How do you not?
How could you?
I'm not surprised. I mean, it's contagious, the atmosphere that the tournament brings, like we said. You know, when we talk about surprises, of course, the favorites are here to play. The U.S., the DR, I think that's fair to say Japan, of course.
Absolutely.
And then you have Venezuela, you have Colombia, who's played well.
Puerto Rico.
Also hasn't lost. Puerto Rico as well. If there's a little underdog story, guys, who we're looking at?
I think it's Team Italy.
Italy!
Espresso shots in the dugout. I mean,
they're locked in.
They're locked in. The caffeine's running through them. They're 2-0 right now. I mean, their next 2 games are against Mexico and the United States, so I don't know how long they can hold the 2-0 run for, but they've been playing really well. They're led by Jack Caglione and Vinny Pasquantino, multiple major league arms in the staff. They're a pretty solid team, and 2-0 to start the series has been pretty interesting for him.
I'm glad you mentioned Caglione, of course, out of Florida. All the noise was surrounding him, right?
Oh, yeah.
His senior year. I mean, it was just electric, Joe. How about you? How about a sneaky little pick? Who are you going for?
I don't know if it's sneaky, but I'm going to stay in our pool. I'm going to go Mexico.
Yeah.
I'd say they're the underdog just because they're not Dominican Republic. They're not the United States. But they still have a ton of talent on this team. Randy Rosarena, obviously the big name. Jonathan Aranda of the Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah. Alejandro Kirk behind the plate. They have a good team. And, you know, we'll see how their pitching performs. I think that's kind of where most teams sort of fall towards the end of the tournament. USA, Dominicans, they have the better pitching staffs. So we'll see. But I have Mexico. They almost beat Japan in the semifinals and made the finals in 2023. I think they could make a run again.
Huge game tonight, Mason.
Yes.
U.S.,
Huge
Mexico. They're coming off of a 16-0 win.
It's going to determine the pool. Yeah. Whoever wins is going to win the pool. Yeah. It's going to win the bye and everything. It's the biggest game of the pool series.
And it's big. It almost feels like a must-win for the U.S.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, we talk about the slow starts.
Who's on the mound for the United States tonight? Paul Skeens.
Yep.
Bringing the best. And I mean, for Skeens as well, a debut, right, in the WBC. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Another point I wanted to touch on, guys, we talk about the pool play, right? And we see these traditionally non-baseball countries, looking to spring an upset, right? And it's almost as if, you have the powerhouses, MLB stacked lineups, names we are used to hearing all year long. And then you have these other teams with, minor league players or players who play domestically. I think personally, that's what brings the magic of this tournament. Mason, do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I think makes Team Italy and some of these other teams so fun to watch is that's a team of minor league players for the most part. And the fact that they're 2-0, they're winning games, even some of the Mexican players on Team Mexico have been so fun to watch because they're making a name for themselves in this tournament. Team USA has a couple guys like that. Sure. Nolan McLean, who's going to pitch against Team Italy in the final game of pool play, he's gonna prove a lot of haters wrong for him because that dude's nasty.
Yeah, 100%. How about you, Joe? I mean, Talk to me about being at the stadium at Lone Depot Park. How was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. I saw 3 games, and every game the crowd just got better. At first it was Nicaragua. Their hearts got broken. I felt so bad, but the enthusiasm was amazing. And then I went to the night game. Venezuelan fans, they showed up and showed out. And then I got to the big one, Dominican Republic, and their fans packed the house. They were banging the drums the whole time.
Yes.
And the players obviously feed off it. Obviously, the Dominican Republic players, they obviously want it the most, it appears, just their reactions to their home runs. And it goes with the crowd. I mean, you're banging drums when you're at the plate, and then you hit a bomb, and then everybody's going crazy. It's just like, how do you not enjoy that?
More if it goes 450 feet
Exactly.
off the bat of Cruz.
Why would you run the bases in less than 10 seconds at that point? Take your time, celebrate it.
100%. And look, this is something we don't see in MLB, right? It's very, head down. Yeah, maybe we see a bat flip here and there. But man, these celebrations.
We saw a Shohei Ohtani bat flip.
Yeah.
We've seen 2 of them. I didn't know he knew how to bat flip like that. I've never seen him do that.
It just means more when you put your country on your chest. It just means more.
Yeah, completely. Look, it's only getting started, guys. There's so much more to look forward to in this tournament. Thank you so much for talking a little bit of baseball.
Thank you for having us.
Maybe next week we recap what's been going on at the end of pool play, and of course as we head into the knockout stages. But don't go anywhere. NFL offseason is heating up, and it's heating up fast, so stay tuned.
Sunshine does it justice.
Smiles celebration-filled media day as UCF athletes look back on a breakthrough year in the Big 12. For one program in particular, last season marked a first in school history. The UCF rowing team, one of the newest additions to the Big 12 here at UCF, is a massive team, with them recently winning the 2025 Big 12 championship. However, with all their success, it would not be possible without their international students, such as Sophia Scott from Australia. Sophia Scott, a second-year kinesiology major from Melbourne, Australia, was originally nervous at the thought of UCF. However, that all changed when Mara Allen called.
Coming to me like, I don't know if I want to do this, it's such a big decision. And then I had a call with Mara, Coach Mara Allen, and I was probably on call for an hour. My dad was like, oh, where is she? And I just knew I wanted to come here. What Mara preached about rowing and life, just it drew me to her. And then later I spoke to Coach Martin and Roman, and I just knew that's where I wanted to be.
While coming to UCF was an exciting opportunity, Sophia Scott does admit that she was homesick her first year.
I was really homesick my first year. I'm not anymore, which is good, but yeah, just missing home, and it was hard, but it made me appreciate home more. So I'm grateful for that I have that experience, and I'm challenging myself being here.
Challenging herself has paid off, with her and her team taking down national champions with the University of Texas and winning the Big 12 championship.
All the practices that we do, all the other regattas that we do, it's 4 Big 12s and then eventually NCAAs. So when we were finally at Big 12s, at the start line, thinking I have to make myself in November proud, I have to make myself in December proud, all the work I've put in the past 9 months, in this one race. So yeah, it was a great feeling, and then my boat did awesome, all the other boats did awesome. Every boat category won, so we swept the whole thing, which was just great. First time UCF Rowing's won the Big 12 championship, so yeah, it was just awesome to be a part of, and just everyone celebrating after, it was just so much fun.
History was made last season, but now it's another year and the team is shooting for the Big 12 championship again. And with Mara Allen by their side, Sophia and the team are ready. Reporting for Hitting the Field, I'm Austin LaManna.
We have one more segment, guys, and it's NFL offseason free agency, like I said. Ramping up fast, Judah Wells. Cohen is back as well, guys. I mean, man, it feels like something's happening every 2 minutes.
Every 2 seconds. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It has genuinely been insane today. Cannot stop checking my phone.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
We're gonna try our best, okay, to kind of recap everything. Try to, look at 3 individual teams, okay? See what they've done so far. See what they need to do still in free agency, of course. So, hope you guys are ready. Okay, we're gonna start with the LA Chargers. Of course, I chose them primarily because of their run last season, guys, okay? They made it deep in the postseason. They had real hopes of the Super Bowl, Nick Cohen. Fell short.
It did.
But your good friend Mike McDaniel is over there now. How do you feel about that move? Let's get that out of the way first. Your good friend.
Well, So actually, as I was walking into studio today, on the monitor outside of our studio was my episode of Main Show from last semester where I was ranting about the Dolphins, and that was kicked off by a Mike McDaniel firing, which happens. So, you would think I'm happy. We're not jumping into the Dolphins yet. Me and Mike McDaniel are not BFFs. Though.
No, not on good terms?
Contrary to belief. But, I think he will make a good offensive coordinator.
Agreed. Sure.
I have zero doubts about that. I've said that. In fact, I might have said that in that episode that he's just not meant to be a head coach. He's not a good leader amongst men.
Well, listen, so Jude, okay, you go from Miami to LA. First of all, I don't think he's complaining about that at all.
No.
It suits his character, doesn't
Perfect. It's perfect. He just went from one coast to the other.
Yeah.
Same culture. He's going to be just fine.
he? Man, all right. And so, sticking with the Chargers, okay, they've already made some moves. Tyler Biadasz signed once again. You have Khalil Mack re-signed as well.
Huge.
Hey, I mean, so, defensively is where the Chargers need to kind of, bolster up a little bit, Nick Cohen. How do you see these early moves, affect their look into 2026?
I think it was imperative that they get Khalil Mack back.
For sure.
Because they couldn't have lost both Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa in the span of 2 years. That would have been pretty detrimental. Right. So getting him back just brings that veteran presence, that pass rush that the Chargers really need, because they play in a tough division with the Broncos being very good now, the 1 seed last year. Yeah. The Chiefs, I think, will be back, and if they're not, don't come back to this episode. And then the Raiders are the Raiders.
They
exist.
They
have some defensive pieces, and I think Khalil Mack was a great re-signing for them.
Completely. And look, Judah, if they don't re-sign Zion Johnson at guard, they're going to have a completely new O-line. And I don't think that can be underestimated for how they're looking into next year.
They need to keep some consistency, some continuity, so that'd be huge.
Yeah.
So 100% agree. That is a pillar for that team.
Completely.
They need to make that happen.
And then so David Njoku, I know he's someone you want to talk about, someone you want in South Florida. Do you think it makes sense at the Chargers to fill that tight end spot?
Of course it does. I mean, they could use a tight end. I mean, Oronde Gadsden had, 2 good games last year? I mean, he was somewhat solid if we're talking fantasy-wise. I mean, he wasn't great as a player. And so they could use a proven talent at tight ends like David Njoku.
Yeah, completely. I think
I would hate it.
It's probably at the top of the list, really, when you look at tight ends.
I think so.
At the moment.
Maybe Dallas Goedert, but he doesn't fit every team's scheme.
Nope. Exactly. Yeah. So, with that being said, Chargers headed into 2026. Can you see another deep run in the postseason? Judah Wells first, go.
Yes. They really need to fix some things, though, because they obviously have glaring issues on both sides of the ball. I talked about the Chargers last season on Main Show with Nick Cohen, and we had almost the exact same conversation.
Yeah.
They need to bolster the front line, and that defense needs a real fixer-upper.
Right.
So it's possible. That's a great team. Love the new coaching they got coming in. Got to bolster up that roster.
Herbert's coming back. That's already a position, a key position filled, Nick.
Well, Herbert's going to be in danger again if they can't keep both ends of the offensive line healthy. I mean, Joe Alt and their other tackle that I'm blinking on, Rashawn Slater.
The other guy.
They have to be healthy. Otherwise, the run game isn't going to be there. Omarion Hampton also needs to be healthy, but even if he's healthy, he's not going to be good if he just has nowhere to run.
Sure. All right, let's move it on, shall we, to Judah Wells and the Detroit Lions. Okay,
Lions.
Is it safe to say that last season was quite the disappointment?
It was majorly disappointing.
Just a bit.
I found some solace in the fact that we had a winning record, 9-8.
Okay. Is that where it ends?
Not what you were looking for, though.
Is that where it ends?
Not at all. What we were looking for or hoping for. I hate to say it, the window is closed.
Wow.
And it is just so disappointing. I am forever grateful that we don't have 0 win seasons or anything close to that anymore. I don't think that's going to happen for a long time. So that's fine, but we need to make some moves.
Yeah.
We need to improve a lot.
And so let's dive in.
Yes.
What are the key positions, Judah, to bring the Lions back to more of a 2024 version?
Right. Back to the former glory days, which was 2 years ago. We need a center, and we got one, which is amazing. We got Cade Mays.
Yeah.
That happened today. But that was, first and foremost, we needed a center. We really struggled last year. Right now, he was great. Glasgow, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Ragnow. Glasgow was great.
Oh, you're struggling here, Judah.
It was definitely an improvement.
Right.
Cade Mays is great.
Yeah.
Definitely an improvement. He struggles with the run blocking, though. And that's what we are. We are a running team.
Yeah.
Especially when you are exclusively handing the ball off to Jahmyr Gibbs at this point with Montgomery gone. We need to block for him. He's a very shifty back, but he needs his blockers. He's not a power back. He's going to need help up front. He needs to improve in that over the offseason.
Sure.
Other than that, good move, and I'm very happy that they solved the center problem.
Sure. And Nick Cohen, of course, Dan Campbell taking over the offensive play calls. What do you make of this, especially after last year? Was it the right move for him?
I mean, I don't know about Judah. I wouldn't love it. I mean,
Right.
like, he's not the number one person you would want to be calling offensive plays.
Sure.
I mean, granted, you needed to change something up because things weren't going well losing Ben Johnson, but you're still looking for a better offensive play caller.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. He's a culture guy. He's a personality guy. He's one of the best motivators, I think, in the
100%.
league.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
amazing as a head coach.
Yes.
He's able to do his job on both sides of the ball and influence everybody on that team. Calling plays, not great. Not a great move.
Well, so that's enough on the Lions, because
Yes.
we have to switch over to
Yes,
this guy's
of
team
course.
over here, the Miami Dolphins.
We do.
You got rid of one problem. You got rid of Tua.
We got rid of 3 of the major problems I ranted about a semester ago. McDaniel, gone. Chris Greer, gone. Tua, gone as of today officially. Hope for the best for him, technically. But, you know, he is off the Dolphins now, which is great.
Political
However-
answer there.
Exactly. Yes, media trains. However, we are still a mess. We are not going to be competing, like, in general, in the AFC East, in the AFC. We are not a competitive team right now. It starts with quarterback because we started Quinn Ewers once Tua got benched.
Right.
And Quinn Ewers, he had some good games. I mean, he had a bad game, and then he won us, I want to say, 2 games. I really wanted Kyler Murray to be signed to the Dolphins. He is my current favorite player in the league. However, this just in today, we did sign Malik Willis to a 3-year,
Thoughts on that?
$67.5 million
I'm going to
contract.
cut you off. Thoughts on that?
Don't love it.
Okay.
Do not love it. I would have liked Kyler Murray much more. Malik Willis, at this point in time, I want to ask you guys, what has he really shown that Quinn Ewers has not?
I mean, it's very similar, isn't it, Judah? I mean, it's not.
Malik Willis was
It doesn't get you excited,
Not
does
at all.
it?
It's not exciting in any way at all, and I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know. It's not really, actually, but, like, this isn't just, I don't want to just sit here and complain. I want to sound somewhat logical. You know, Malik Willis, he had a much better defense than Quinn Ewers did. He had better weapons at this point with Tyreek Hill that was injured. And a better offensive line in Green Bay, too. So that's why he was able to put up a little bit better numbers. But Quinn Ewers, I feel like it should have been Kyler or just save your money.
Right.
Malik Willis is not really helping us.
And I think it fits as well. Kyler Murray in Miami, I could see
Yes.
it happen, revive
Yes.
his career a little bit.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best end to his career in Arizona.
No.
He talked about, kind of regretting how it ended at the end of the day. Man, I'm with you on that. Kyler in Miami
For
has a
sure.
nice ring to it.
For sure. He just brings athleticism to the table.
He does. I would have liked
It's
it.
just a better player profile.
But to be fair, with the Dolphins, quarterback isn't the only need.
No.
us.
Exactly.
We
Continue
need.
going down that
I
laundry
will.
list that you need to go down.
Yeah, and I only included 4 on that graphic we saw a couple minutes ago. There's a lot more. We need edge rusher, horrendously. Opposite of Chop Robinson, it is nobody. It's, in fact, Cameron Good. Come on.
Is he good?
Not very good.
Is he any good?
Yeah,
Not
is he good?
very
Nope,
good.
nope.
I think Kyle Van Noy
Sure.
would still be a good option. He's a vet. He's been with the Dolphins before, but he's no longer needed in Baltimore with Max Crosby. Furthermore, cornerback, horrendous need. I think we could draft a cornerback in Mansour Delane, but also Trayvon Diggs could follow.
He's available.
Granted,
He is
he's
available.
probably washed. I think we could all kind of agree on that. But
Again,
you
a
know.
revival sort of
Yes.
move, potentially.
However, we're
maybe.
becoming the Green Bay Dolphins or Miami Packers, whatever you want to call us, with John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley.
There you
They
go.
brought in Trayvon Diggs. And then lastly, at tight ends, I don't know, under McDaniel, we were never that big of a tight end offense. However, when we got one, they still showed out. And Jonnu Smith and Darren Waller, all of our tight ends are free agents. So bringing in David Njoku, who you mentioned,
Yeah.
I think would be amazing. And in the second round of the draft, drafting Eli Stowers, would be a home run pick.
Solves your
that'd be a
problems.
fantastic pick.
Solves your problems at least at tight end.
Yeah.
Judah, any comment on the Dolphins? I mean, what they've done so far, what they can potentially do.
I wish the best of luck to
I
the Dolphins in
appreciate it.
every
I
regard.
appreciate
I
it.
truly do want them to be good. I really do. There's just a lot of holes to plug. The good thing is, though, in spite of the fire that it was last year
Right.
in the end of the season, they still managed to rattle off some very impressive wins.
Absolutely. We beat the Bills.
They went
that
on a
never
good
happens.
stretch. It was
Somehow.
impressive, which means no matter what, you guys can maybe beat the Bills at some point.
I
next
guess
year.
any given Sunday is
Any
still
given
a
Sunday.
thing. Didn't even talk about the offensive line. We don't have time for that, but
Fingers crossed for you, Nick Cohen.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed.
And
Fingers
Judah
crossed.
Wells.
Judah.
We're going to
Right.
talk about
We're
my
gonna need it.
Giants. I don't think we can save that for
The
a
Giants
day.
are having a great offseason.
They are.
Hey, so far so
Great
good, but
offseason.
I'm staying low key about it.
Sure.
Because we've run out of time, guys. Thank you
stay
so
humble.
much for of course. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone else who came on the show, production, everyone involved. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week for more Hitting the Field.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back, okay? Always locked in, now I don't got time to lax. Saying he the best, he could take a lap. Batted 1,000 when you check the stats. Boy, is you ready? You ain't gotta ask.